The final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to the home of the Tulane Green Wave, Human Stadium in New Orleans, Louisiana. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the UAB Blazers, taking on the 10th ranked team in the land, the Tulane Green Wave. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Blazers will put total leather to crank us up. And he's not going to take the touchback. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Bunch formation for these receivers. Quarterback may change this route. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. Guys, let's take a second here and talk about Tulane. It's been a season to remember so far, fresh off their new top 10 ranking. How far can this team go?
Well, they're starting to get there now, right? And I think once you get some big wins, Jesse, and you start to climb up, you start to feel that and the momentum and the confidence that it builds with your squad. I think we might just be scratching.
Breaks into the open. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. Tulane right back to the line.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
This defense is going to have to do a better job slowing down the run. We've seen twice now in this opening drive. This guy break one. And so this defense has to do a better job at the point of attack, and their D coordinator probably is already thinking to himself, do I have to get another guy in the box to slow this guy down?
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Gives it on the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Tulane comes to the line, lots of work to do on third down. Wide receiver comes in motion. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
And it'll be down right there.
And that is a huge play in terms of field position. Nice job by the punter. And how about the gunners getting downfield to down that ball?
The Blazers backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Works his way for 3 and gets him out to the 5-yard line.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The RPO, it's complete. Oh, he's got some space. The 40. inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, UAB.
And, man, what a game-changing type play. The offense throwing the football deep in their own end, and they're probably thinking to themselves, hey, let's just get some more space. Let's try to get a first down and give ourselves room to work with. What an individual effort by the receiver after he had the ball in his hand, taking it all the way, coast to coast on that touchdown.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets him to the 28. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Green Wave. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He'll bring it out. It's sacked. And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. Maybe some nerves on that return, but a fortunate bounce, and they'll retain possession.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So
there he goes. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
He'll do it himself. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on the team. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offense approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Starts to scramble to the left. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Zings it complete to the right. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. Tulane right back to the line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Going to swing it on second down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And I think out routes are solely about timing, because that wide receiver is going to get to a point and break it off straight to the sidelines, and you can just tell he put too much mustard on it and just led him a little bit too far.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Quickly complete. Can't get him to the ground. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to go up top on first down. Firing to the right, complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. Off the play fake. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Motion from the wide receiver. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Flips it out on the screen. This defense makes a play, stopping him well short, and it'll be fourth down from the 24. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. Good right down the boulevard. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Fielded in the end zone, it's sacked. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Leaves it with the back. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Gets it out quickly. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. They're going to run it. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
And the Blazers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man to the left. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
The Blazers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Lost to fire on second down. Gets it to him on the screen. Runs through a tackle. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Bringing the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They've been very good at moving the chains on third down. 2 for 2 on this drive. This time they need 6. Out of the backfield, he's open. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Just keep giving him the easy catches until they do something to stop it.
Yeah, you're going to dictate to the defense. You're going to make the defense cover him up, and then obviously it leaves the middle of the field a little bit more wide open for receiver for a tight end. So QB keeps making the right decision, getting the ball to running back, and he's making plays.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. All right, guys, let's look at the situation for UAB. At some point, the media needs to recognize this is a team on a hot streak. They put together a nice record, winning 3 straight, now knocking on the door of the top 25.
Yeah, and I think, Reese, the media also realizes what happened early in the season, and they took a few lumps, and they were kind of figuring out who they are. But I feel like the last 3 weeks, Jesse, they're playing as well as anybody in the country, and they know what their identity is.
I agree. I think in college football, year in, year out, teams get better and teams get worse. This is the former. They all of a sudden are starting to realize and figure out what gives them the best chance to win week in, week out. Guys are playing at a very high level. I don't see that stopping today.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Quarterback keeps it. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Blazers.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Michigan State is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Kirk Cousins had a hand in getting this quarterback to East Lansing. So if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Penn State. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. Tulane right back to the line.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going. Trying play action. Using his legs to buy some time. Quarterback's got the first. At midfield, he's got room. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Hard-hitting tackle. Tulane lines up on 3rd and short. The give on the option. Didn't get much. Picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Tulane looking for the 4th down conversion here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on 4th down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
Starts a drive trying to go up top. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
I think receivers really separate themselves with body control to be able to hang in the air but stay in bounds and keep that foot on the ground. Unbelievable job catching the football and staying in bounds near the sidelines.
From the gun to give, looking for room. Turning it on. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice game there, setting up 2nd and inches.
And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. And the Blazers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Pulls and fired complete. On the nasty move, and now he's got room. Touchdown, UAB. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Finds his tight end. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Tremble. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Tulane right back to the line. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next play.
And the ball comes out. What a breaks into the open. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the first down.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped them.
Looking downfield on first down. Got the quick pass. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Tulane to the line, facing second and short. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I just love the way the defense prepares. Each and every week we see this defense come out, and it's like 11 guys. They've got their head in the game, and they're playing as one unit. They knew it was going to be tough facing this option game with the quarterback and the running attack, but they've just done such a good job so far staying home, playing their assignments. You saw it on that last play right there. Rallying to the football, nowhere for him to go and creating a big pass.
A first down run in the red zone. Touchdown, Tulane! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
So nice to have the run game, so nice to trust in it, so nice to cut this game to a one-possession game. Halftime now becomes a lot more bearable. Coaches ain't yelling and screaming, we got to get this fixed, but we got some positive mojo on our side.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's open on the right. Off and running. He's at the 20. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. That was the definition of a quick strike, and now we'll see if they can turn that huge play into points. From the gun. Trying to bowl his way in. Touchdown, UAB. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Gets it out fast. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Green Wave with plenty of options here on second and short. Looking to fire. He unleashes a long one. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. About to start here in the second half, Tulane will kick it away. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got his man. Oh, he's got some space. The 40, the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Blazers. He got a step and just dusted the field. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Wide receiver going in motion. Going right to work up top. Flips it out in the flat. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Might be calling a hot route. To the air on second down. It's complete to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a good idea offensively. Try to get this guy the football in space on the perimeter of the field, throwing him the swing pass, and see if he can make something happen.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. On third down, he drops the throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Well, just nowhere to go there. It started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. UAB regains possession of the Blazer offense back onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying.
There he goes. Past the 10. Touchdown, UAB. And the beatdown has ensued.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
Tulane, 17.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Back open in the middle.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Second down, he'll throw it. He's going to take off. He's past the 30. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. A really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the ground with the back. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Tulane right back to the line. They'll ride the hot hand. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wants to throw on first down. Working that left side now. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Trying to set up the screen. Breaks the tackle. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Tulane now facing third and forever. The give to the back. Finding an escape route. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. At the 20, he's got space. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Wave.
What a great play call there on 4th down. You know, they script and practice these all throughout the week. You've got to be able to call something that you know you can run in your sleep. Beautiful execution on that 4th down play for a touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, we've got a final to let you know about, a game happening inside the ACC today. SMU came away with the victory today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Dallas had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. Never know what can happen when two good teams face off, but even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this one, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
Red pass, it's complete. Plows through the defense. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. And on that last play, he's now over 400 yards passing.
Well, Reese, if you're going to throw for over 400 bills, you got to spread the praise around. Up front, they've done an outstanding job protecting this quarterback, and his receivers have been winning one-on-one.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beats you.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Fires to the middle. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground.
The punt was just an illusion. They snapped it to the up end. Turning it on. And they roll the dice, and it ain't snake eyes. They pick up the first down.
They had the exact look they had practiced for and what they wanted. The up man gets the snap directly. He's able to use the speed, get the first down, and the chains are moving.
They'll move the wide receiver. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
No doubt offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the second half.
The quarter comes to a close, and UAB is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. Gets away from one. He's got space. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Finds a tight end. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
The Blazers come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Under fire. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4th down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach
He'll off one deep down the left side. Makes the grab inside the 30. Touchdown, Green Wave. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot.
He can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Defense got it. They're on the run. The 50. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. Can you believe that? Scooped up that fumble and took it all the way back for 2.
That keeps the score. UAB 44.
If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Leaves it with the running back. Not much there on the line. He gets 1 to the 31. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. Looking for more room.
This offense really felt coming into today that they were going to have to throw the football. And for the most part, David, this quarterback has been lights out. That time, though, he lets it get away from him a little bit, and that was a critical INT for the defense and their confidence.
They needed something, man. They've given up a lot of yards, and that's the thing about the defense. Just sometimes it can change in one play. They make the interception, they force the turnover, and hopefully, for their sake, maybe get in the quarterback's head just a little bit.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Using the quick game. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. A designed run for the quarterback. Looks as if that'll be enough for a Tulane 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top.
They run it, they get the 1st down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football, ready to crank this tempo up.
There's the pressure. Hit hard hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup, spotted at the 25-yard line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Got his man quickly. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tulane. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field?
Tulane, 30 seconds.
He'll bring it out. It's Sapp. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that was a big-time stop defensively. Being physical, creating a negative play on that last run. Now you're setting up 3rd down. This is the critical time. You've got to find a way to get off the field. You're trailing late in the game. Give it back to your offense to go see if they can score.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Blazers decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. The Blazers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch at the 35. Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Give to the back. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Tulane right back to the line.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry.
They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. New set of downs after the completion.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the 1st down, and they like to do this. When they make a 1st down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Wave.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the extra point was good, and we are all fourth. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Michigan State looks like 5 miles of bad road today. Offensively, the wheels have come off. Defensively, one pothole after another.
UAB regains possession. The Blazer offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Makes the grab. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. This guy's having a game that feels like half a season for some. He's over 450 yards.
And he is so dialed in with his offensive coordinator and play caller with what they want to do and how they want to attack this defense. It seems like every single snap, he's read the coverage. He knows exactly where to go with the ball.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got it set up on the outside. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too, to try to get him going there.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. It's the 4th quarter. It's a tie ball game. You need a stop. What an unbelievable job forcing the interception, creating offensive opportunity for your offense to go out and win this ball game.
The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They tied it up with a touchdown drive, got some good work from their defense, and now here in the 4th quarter, an opportunity to move on top. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Second down, they'll go to the air. It's complete on the right side. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Tulane with an opportunity on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's 4th down. 4th down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And there's a lot of celebrating going on left on the clock.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. First play of the drive wants to throw. Snagged out of the air. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with a first down. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Bringing it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
This is what can happen at times. You get the snowball effect. Everything going their way in the first half. Big lead going into halftime, but it's mistake after mistake on both sides of the ball. And that interception, David, compounds the problem.
And this defense has completely changed at the half. How about it, man? They've come out aggressive now, forcing a turnover. All the momentum on their side, and the offense gets the ball back.
It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
You can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment, or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.